Hello everybody, the Sparkle Goddess here with Crystallized by Sparkle. I am coming on today because I posted in one of the Tumblr's groups on Facebook, and I posted a pretty quirky method that I did on a wine bottle. If you want to see the wine bottle, click the link in the description and you can see what I did there. But I did this quirky method and someone asked, how did you do that? I'd love to see it. So I took this method from my best friend, and then I did a bit of surfing on my own and found someone else who was online doing this same exact method with just kind of mixing and getting some samples of how stuff looks and how different mediums look when you're doing designs on tumblers, etc. So I said, okay, I guess that means it is my turn and I'm going to try this. And so I tried it and I liked it, and this is it. So I'm going to show you guys what I did, how I did it, and I'm just going to do it on like this little tumbler that I have no use for. So okay, here we go. I always wanted to work with micas. I didn't have any micas, and since I was just kind of playing around, I said, okay, I was testing out my new turner. Let's go for it. So I went upstairs. I grabbed my eyeshadow palette, which most makeup is made of micas, and out came all these really beautiful colors. And so today I'm going to do the same thing. Now, when I did the bottle, I did have 1 cup with glitter in it, which was this glitter. Today, I'm not sure if I'm going to use all 3 of these, none of these, 1 of these. Who knows? We'll see. But so I'll put those to the side for now, and I will pull up some eyeshadow that I have that is BFTE Cosmetics, Beauty from the Earth Cosmetics. This one is Bermuda. This one is Electric. This one, No Place Like Home. And then I've also got Blacklisted. And again, this comes from BFTE Cosmetics, Beauty from the Earth. And so we are going to go with it. Before I did the video, before I started, I prepped, this is 40 milliliters of epoxy. And then I also prepped a small 10 to, actually I'm sorry, this is 5, to kind of go on the cup before I start with the mixes. Okay, so one thing I've learned is that a little goes a long way when it comes to mica powder. So we are going to start with this one, which is probably not even open. Yeah, Bermuda is not open. And these little things are like really super hard to open. So I'm going to grab some tweezers. Let's see, maybe I can do it with this. Get that plastic out of there. Haha, success. Okay, so I'll put that to the side, and I'm just going to get some of that Bermuda in here. You really don't need a lot. Like, that's more than enough. I'll put a little more, just in case we really like it. So we'll put that to the side. That is Bermuda. Go to the next one, which I believe is Electric. And it is not open either. So we are going to open it. Ooh, I like the blue. This is really pretty. Okay, about that much. We'll put Electric to the side. Move to the Blacklisted. This one's already open, so I'm just kind of do like this and get some of it out. I don't want to open it and then like a bunch just kind of falls out, and I have more than I need in the cup. Like, just happened. It's all over the place. Okay, we'll put blacklisted to the side. That is enough, I think. And if we need more, we can always add more. Moving on, this is No Place Like Home. And this one is not open either. I have a lot of these, so a lot of them are not open. And this one does not want to play fair. Almost. Okay, got it. So we are going to get some No Place Like Home in here. That should be enough. And so some of these colors are kind of close together. I like that one a lot. You can, not really easy to see, but I'm gonna give it a little bit more in this blacklisted. It doesn't look like I have enough by comparison to the others, but it's a lot. I don't want it to fall everywhere. Okay, and so what I'm going to do now is take my epoxy and I'm going to mix that into each one of these little ones, but we've got to decide what color glitter we are going to use. So I think that since we've got this blacklisted color that's kind of like this almost black or something, I don't know that we want to use this, but I'll keep it to the side just in case the blacklisted doesn't come out as black as I want. This is more like a sapphire, so it's kind of close to that, but let's just start and we'll see which ones we want to put in and if we want to do some silver or not. So here we go. We're going to start with Bermuda, and we are going to take a little bit of this epoxy that I've already mixed and pour it in. And don't worry about trying to get like even amounts, equal amounts right now, because you don't know which one you're gonna like more until you get to stirring. And so like, oh goodness. I know it's not, like you can't really see this too well. And I might need to put some more color in it. Definitely more epoxy. But I need for you to see like the way these blues are coming in to focus here. Let me get close. You can't really see, can you? No, you can't really see, but let me try and turn the camera to get you under the light a bit more. Ah, there we go. So can you see that? Look at how pretty that is. Oh my goodness. Okay, so here we go. And really, this is just for the purpose of showing you guys. So like what you should do before you dump in any epoxy is make certain there aren't any clumps in the powder. Oh, this is so pretty. Okay, we're definitely gonna add more epoxy to these, but I just wanna see how they look as we start putting the epoxy on it. Let's do this next one. Okay, another popsicle stick. And let's see what this one looks like. And this is the electric. It's a blue. That's like a real blue. If you can really see this, it's super blue. It's pretty though. I mean, like, look at that. That's beautiful. And the good thing about this that I found is that you can add a little bit of glitter to this. So like, let's say you have a client who wants something shimmery and they want just a little bit of glitter, and you can just pick one of these and sprinkle just a little bit of your glitter dust in with it and mix it. and it'll give you shimmer and glitter, and then you won't have to worry about having a bunch of glitter or even a cup full of glitter. You can just add it. Come out really pretty. Okay, so this is that black lipstick color, which I'm anxious to see if this even comes out with any black. And it's not, but it's pretty. I don't know, it's kind of it's hard for you guys to see on camera, but it's this weird, like, space color blue gray or something. I don't know, it looks like the galaxy. It's pretty. So, okay. Look at that. Can you see that? That's beautiful. All right, and we are now moving on to No Place Like Home. And I'm going to add here. And so now that I see that the black listed doesn't really come out black, I'm going to use some of my holographic black in this. This one is very pretty also. It's a little, almost metallic. Kind of like it. All right, so we know we do not have enough epoxy in any of this, and that's fine. I'm gonna add more, but right now I'm going to come around, I'm gonna grab this black glitter, and then I think I maybe want to add some glitter, some of the silver glitter to one of our little cups. But for now, let's get this black going. So this is one of my favorite holographic glitters. I love it. And I'm going to sprinkle, 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 sprinkle. Now this is glitter, not mica, so you're going to have to add more. Okay, got it. We'll see. If that's not enough, we'll add some more. It's okay. It's a learning process. It's what we're doing today. We are learning. I want to stir this up. Okay, that's going to be ready to go on in just a second. I did not video myself mixing epoxy because there's so many videos everywhere on how to mix epoxy the proper way, blah, 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 blah. Not gonna do it. So this is my glitter galaxy. Look at how pretty that is. It's beautiful. And I don't think I want a lot of this, so I'm not gonna add any more epoxy to this one. I'm just gonna use just what I have here. What I do want a lot of is this really, really pretty blue. This is super pretty. This is electric, and it's so not enough of it. So I'm going to do this. Going to add some more. And then if we find that it starts to diminish the color, we can always add more of the powder. So it actually has not, oh my goodness, that is beautiful. Okay, so we are going to take a little bit more of the Bermuda also. I'm not a fan of it, but it's a really nice accent color. And I actually learned on that bottle that I told you guys about that there are no I don't like it comments in crafting. Like, you wind up with these happy accidents, right? So let's hope that today we will have another happy accident, even with colors that just don't look right. So we are going to get a little bit more of the blacklisted. Okay. And honestly, I think I want this color. This color probably should be the one to have the silver glitter in it. So I'm gonna put it to the side for a moment while I add a little bit more to No Place Like Home. And then we will get some glitter in that blacklisted. And yeah, this is really pretty. It's kind of like oozy. Like, I don't know, that's not a good word to describe a color, but it's so pretty. If you can see this, look at that. It's an iridescent type shine. It's very pretty. So, let's see, how much do we have here? I think we need to add some more epoxy into this one. Yeah, we need more epoxy here, and that's the Bermuda. We definitely need more in the electric. I think these are gonna be like the main colors. I'm gonna have the more of these two. Very good contrasting. Yeah, those are good. And now I'm kind of thinking that we probably should just make the silver its own cup, or do like that blue, that sapphire in a cup. So I'll do that with some of this leftover epoxy. And you have to really mix these up good, like really well, because if you don't, they'll separate and it won't look good. And you want to mix it before you go to apply. Okay, so I'm gonna go with that sapphire blue as another one of the colors. And that's holographic also. I don't know if you can see the holographic nature to it, but it's holographic. So I'll add a bit of epoxy in here. Will be some more. Get another popsicle stick. I really love this one. This blue is just everything. Blue is my favorite color also, so that helps. But look. Let's see. It's really pretty. Okay, so I do still have a little bit of epoxy left, and I am kind of on the fence here about where I want to put the silver. I know we're not gonna put it here. These are too bright. So the No Place Like Home and the Bermuda, we're just not gonna put them there. I really, really love this blacklisted. It's so shimmery. And since we already have like a glitter in this sapphire color, I think it'll be best to put the silver into the blacklisted. And I'm not gonna put a lot. Just going to put a few sprinkles, just because it won't eat, and I over poured. It doesn't really need this much. So, but it's okay. Look, it just added a wonderful sparkle to it. So I'm going to give that just a little bit more epoxy in just that one, because I added so much glitter, even though I didn't mean to. I was hoping for one of those happy accidents on that. And I think that it is time for us to go and lather up the tumbler. And again, this tumbler is nothing special. It's just something that I had laying around, and I wanted to do this video for the young lady in the group who wanted to see what I did, how I did it, etc. So There's nothing special to this tumbler. It was a tumbler that came already colored. So, you know, we're gonna run with it. What I did on the bottle was I spray painted the bottle first, let that dry, and then this exact procedure. So I am going to change views, and we are going to move on in the process. Okay, guys, and we are back. I have the tumbler here. I have my light set up. Hopefully you guys can see a little bit better. I've got all of my little cups together, and I am now going to smooth on this, just the epoxy by itself, onto the cup. It is cleaned, and again, it's no special cup. Okay, it's nothing special. I didn't do anything special. I didn't clean it up. I didn't paint it. This is just for the purposes of this video. So I want to get this epoxy kind of thin on here, but I want to make sure that I cover like the entire tumbler with the epoxy. But like a thin cover. Should not be a heavy coat on here at all. It should be very thin. And I probably should have done this a minute ago while I was mixing, because the epoxy has sat for a little bit and gotten a little thick. So what I'm going to do is, while this is spinning some, I'm going to change my gloves, grab some more epoxy, and mix that up, get it on here, and then I'm not gonna video this. I'm just going to mix it up, get it on here, and then come back and we'll go through the process. So give me another minute. Okay guys, so what I have done is I put my epoxy onto the turner, just a small amount. I would say about 5 milliliters, somewhere between 2 and 5 milliliters. I really don't need to do this, but not only am I popping the micro bubbles at this point, but I'm trying to heat up the epoxy so that it gives a bit of movement, because I'm gonna need that movement when I start adding my micas and my glitter. So you're gonna start to see, hopefully you'll start to see some ripples. This is just a heat gun, it's not a torch like a lot of people use. I don't have a torch. I am new to this, but you know, maybe I might get one. Not really sure yet. At the moment, I've got this lovely heat gun. And looks like my turner, and my tumbler is a bit off. I don't know, it's kind of weird over here, and I don't like it. But again, this video is not, this tumbler is not something special. It's not something going to anyone. It's just like for the purpose of this tutorial, I guess, or whatever we are going to call this. I'm not a video person, but I'm trying to help you guys. So here we go. Okay. I think it's moving some, kind of like that. Okay, whatever. So the colors that we have, we've got some really pretty colors, and it's time to get this stuff moving. So I'm just gonna pick one to start. This was the first one by me, so we are going to go with it. And so the way you wanna do this is you just wanna take it and you wanna drizzle back and forth. And now this is upsetting me because this one I didn't expect to be pretty much the same color as the tumbler. So there's that issue, but it's okay. We've got other colors and that's fine. We'll just move on. This one, let's do this one next. And I've got this sinking sensation that this one is going to come out really like dark with like subtle hints to the background color. which I mean, it's fine. I don't care. Again, this is just for like instructional purposes. So let's keep moving on. It doesn't look like anything is on the cup. I swear that's not your eyes. That is really how it looks. But again, it's okay. We are going to keep moving. I think my epoxy is a little too thick. But again, it's okay because I'm going to move this a little bit more with the heat gun. So it's totally fine if it's super thick. It's okay. And my turner is growling if you guys hear that noise. Okay, let's do this one. Ooh, this is that blacklisted that I wanted to see how that was going to go. So we'll see. That's definitely going to give it some color. And so I'm just like drizzling wherever, however, doesn't matter because we're going to move all of this around. So you just want to get your streaks onto the cup. I'll just keep putting them to the side as I'm done. Oh, I did this one already? Okay. This is the black glitter. Ooh, I wish I had more epoxy because it's trying to get hard on me. But it's okay. The good thing about the epoxy is once you heat it up, it'll kind of flatten out. You just don't want to burn it. I've burned it before and you get these really, really deep ridges that like take 9 years to sand out. So we are just going to speed this up. I've been working with this epoxy for a minute, so. But as you can see, some of it is already starting to flatten out as it turns. As the tumbler turns. The next ABC show. Ha 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 ha. I think we all ought to be stars on As the Tumbler Turns. It's my idea. I don't know, this color, I kind of like the way it's showing up on here. And so my son has decided that he wants this one. So I'm not going to do what I would do with it when I realize that it's so dark and I want to lighten it up. I would go back and once I flatten out this mica, once I get all of these streaks to kind of flatten, I would go back and do like the glitter method epoxy and lightly glitter it with like an iridescent glitter. But since my boy has decided it's for him, then, you know, there's no iridescent glitter that will be going on here. We'll just keep going the way we're going and let's see how it turns out. I'm kind of dabbing this on the bottom. And again, I'm going to heat this up. So we'll just see how it looks. When I did my bottle, I didn't have, I don't epoxy the bottom of the bottle. So I didn't have any design down there. I didn't have any mica, anything down there. So this is a new thing for me. We're all doing this together. So let's see. This is more of the sapphire blue glitter. And I'm feeling like I've got some spots. I just kind of want to, eek, that was a lot. Okay. It's kind of nice. Like, we might love this when it's all done, y'all. I don't right now, but again, I said the same thing when I did the bottle, and then I was like, oh my gosh, this is a happy accident. It's beautiful. So, you know, we might have that same feeling today. All right, put some more of this up here. Okay, let's get back to one of these neutral colors. And I think with this, because it is so bright on a cup that is so dark, what it's probably just going to do is give us shimmer. And that's okay, because the shimmer is character also. You know, it's beauty also. So it doesn't always have to glitter. But I think this is coming out okay. Let's just get it all on the cup. Get some on that bottom. It's okay. We'll get it everywhere. As my turner is yelling at you, or it's crying, I guess. I don't know. It sounds like a hurt puppy. Let's get some more of this black listed in here. Really like this, but it's so light. It's definitely like a glaze. And again, that's okay. We'll glaze it up. The one thing I like about these is that you just never know how this is going to turn out until it's all done. Because this stuff kind of falls one way, it falls another way if it clumps in one spot, and then you look back and that spot is no longer clumpy and it's like flat and it's blended with another color, and it's just like, oh wow, that's how that came out. So that's why these are so fun for me. It's like opening up a surprise package, you know, in the morning. Once you come down to check on your cup. Oh goodness, we have a lot of this. So let's get to drizzling. It's drizzling, baby. Go ahead, baby. Y'all ignore me. Ooh, look. It's so pretty. Okay, so I'm going to, ooh, the bottom is looking like a galaxy down there. I don't know what's going on down at that bottom, but it's fine. Okay, definitely wish I had added like red or pink or something, but my son would have disowned me if I gave him a pink cup. So I guess we will.
I want a pink suit for prom.
Oh, I guess he says he's okay with pink. It's a little late now, though. But let's see.
I would have been totally fine.
We are on to the last bits of color. I love the way this kind of gives you this weird glaze look, like this weird iridescent glaze look on here. It's so pretty. Okay, at the risk of having just too much on here, I'm going to stop, and I am going to grab my heat gun again, and we are going to see. I'm going to get some of this epoxy moving. I'm going to try not to burn it, and we'll see. So the one thing with the heat gun is that you really have to kind of go back and forth. Instead of staying in one spot, you stay in one spot, you get burned epoxy, and then it starts dripping, and you get these really huge chunky drip lines. And so I'm stopping. We have drip lines from the application. So I'm kind of heating and stopping and heating and stopping. I'm giving it an opportunity to melt into itself, to kind of even out and level out, because of course epoxy is self-leveling. So I don't want to just constantly heat it up, then the drip lines will get bigger. If I heat, let it heat up itself and level out, then heat again, we won't have as many, and I won't have as much sanding to do when this is all done. Okay, again, I'm going to give it a minute. And it's not helping that like my turner is unlevel over here, or my cup is not super level. But again, I wasn't quite worried about that. So if you can see, I'm gonna try and zoom in for you a little bit so that you guys can see where we have this spot where it's moving. See right here? It's moving there and there. So I'm going to keep trying to get it to and as you can see, it no longer looks like just lines or drizzles. They're starting to blend. So you see we've got black, but it's blended in with those other colors, and you've got like these little patches of the glitter pockets. It's really, really, really pretty. But I'm going to continue to fight with this. So the bottom part is starting to, if you look along the horizon line, you can see that the bottom part of the cup is starting to level a bit better than up here. So I'm gonna heat up here a little bit more and give it some warmth so that they kind of melt into itself and level out instead of getting those drip lines. So the more I kind of let it do its own thing, that line kind of gets a little bit smoother and a little bit smoother and a little bit smoother. And it's going to eventually smooth out so long as I don't overheat it. If you overheat it, you will definitely have drip lines, and they are no fun to sand down. But if you would just watch this top line here, if you watch this top line, it gets better and straighter and straighter. That looks like there's something in my epoxy. I don't know what that is, but I definitely see something. I can't get it. I'm going to grab some tweezers. I'm gonna get that out. I'm going to give it a couple of more pumps with that heat gun, and then I will come back once this is all dried up and let you guys see what it looks like in the morning before we sand it down and put epoxy on it. See you then.